How's it going, everybody? This is the first in a new series where we are just going to dive into some Pokemon teams, some Pokemon strategies, and the people who came up with it. Today, joining me is one of the best Pokemon players I know. It is Gabe The Babe. How you doing, bro?
What's up?
So, in front of me is Gabe's team. This is the team that Gabe goes online with. His bread and butter, his workhorses. These are the peeps. Go ahead and take us through them real quick.
Cool, man. So lately I've been doing exclusively doubles. I don't think I've played a single match in since last year. I haven't done that in a long time, but I've been doing a lot of doubles. It's a lot of fun. There's so much more stuff you can do. My team that I've been using lately, first off, I think a new season started.
I think online, so too, yeah.
In rank battles, so when that happens with me, it usually bumps my rank down, I think. And so right now I'm back in the Pokeball tier. I was in the Great Ball tier in rank battles, but now I'm in Pokeball.
That is hard to do, bro. That is hard to do.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's tough, man. But the team I use usually consists of Terrakion, Gyarados, Cinderace, Metagross, Garchomp, and Whimsicott. 10 out of 10 times, I always lead with Whimsicott. Sometimes I'll pair it up with Terrakion to use the beat-up Justified combination. For those of you that don't know, I'll explain that in a second. Sometimes I'll lead with Whimsicott and Gyarados, and Dynamax Gyarados use Max Airstream, and have my Whimsicott use Tailwind, double up on speed, and then what's another lead? And then sometimes if I see another team has a bunch of grass type Pokemon, or any Pokemon susceptible to fire, I'll usually lead with Cinderace and Whimsicott, because Cinderace hits pretty hard, and just in case I screw up, it has this Libero ability, so I'll just use another move to change its type, so the defense will be in my favor. So there's a lot of factors in the Pokemon I put in there, the reasons why I put them in there. So, what's up?
So that's a lot of thinking you put in here, and
It originally started. Yeah,
I sit there for hours and obsess on every little thing. I've sat there and obsessed with this team a few times. So I see you got some weaknesses that I've been trying to exploit. For those of you who have seen our streams, you see I'll be using the Regieleki and trying to just electrically blitz down his entire team, which, as you see in theory, should work on Gyarados, which it does, but Terrakion, Cinderace, Metagross, especially Garchomp, are just all incredibly tanky. So
I gave him that Regieleki.
I appreciate it. What I've also noticed in fighting your team, even with my Pokemon who are completely EV trained and have max IVs or perfect IVs, you are still tanky as hell. How did you just pick all the tanky Pokemon? I see 3 tanks on here with 2.5, 2 beaters and then 1 support.
Well, the reason why 3 of them in particular are very tanky is because Metagross and Garchomp are pseudo legendaries, and Terrakion is a legendary, but he's still legal.
Yep. So he is in the OU tier. For those of you who don't know, the OU tier is the highest legal tier of Pokemon. We use the Smogon system here at UGA, so our entire Pokemon league goes off Smogon, but he is legal for now. That prankster beat up technique should not be legal.
Yeah, I'll talk about that real quick. So the prankster beat up, that's a popular start. I don't know what you call it. People lead with that a lot in doubles, or at least they used to. Now people have caught on it. There's videos of YouTube of how to counteract it, and people are kind of bracing for that. They're ready. They're anticipating for someone to use that. But so basically, the beat up Justified combination is when you lead with Whimsicott and Terrakion, and your Whimsicott has the ability Prankster. So if you use, I guess, non-damaging moves, like say Tailwind or Trick Room, or I don't think Trick Room falls in that category, but moves like Tailwind, it uses it first, no matter what, unless the Pokemon uses Fake Out on it or something. And I kind of gave my little secret away, but it's okay. It's out there on YouTube somewhere.
We're trying to educate the people. We're trying to make them all Pokemon masters.
Corey's trying to kill me at Pokemon.
Oh, I've been trying to kill him for what's it been, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
Almost 6 years actually.
Yeah,
Lord.
dude. But so the Whimsicott Terrakion combination, I'll usually Dynamax my Terrakion. My Whimsicott will use Tailwind since it has its Prankster ability. Usually it hits it first, or it uses this move first on the battlefield. And then I will use Protect on my Dynamax Terrakion so no one will hit it. That's if I really want to squeeze out an attack. Or I mean, if I want to squeeze out the speed first. Sometimes I know that I don't have a lot of time because the other Pokemon are beefy, so I just go for it. So sometimes on my first move with my Whimsicott Terrakion, I'll still Dynamax my Terrakion, but I'll use Beat Up. My Whimsicott knows the move Beat Up. I'll use it on my Terrakion because Beat Up is a Dark type move, and depending on how many Pokemon you have in your party, that's how many times it hits your opponent. So if you're online, 4-on-4 doubles, Beat Up hits 4 times. So it's a Dark type move. It hits multiple times, but it's kind of weak. It doesn't do a lot of damage. I'll hit my own Pokemon, my Terrakion, and its ability is Justified. And Justified, if a Dark type move hits it, its attack goes up for every hit.
Skyrockets.
So Beat Up hits 4 times, he gets 4 boosts on his attack. So he hits like a truck, and he's Dynamax. So he hits super duper duper hard. But again, that became annoying online, and people caught on and have made YouTube videos to counteract it. So I mean, it's there if you want to check it out. And because of that, I didn't get as many wins because people were anticipating it, so I had to change it up, and I built my team off of that. I still always lead with Whimsicott, but sometimes I'll lead with Whimsicott and Gyarados because I'll Dynamax Gyarados, use Max Airstream since it knows the move Bounce. It turns into Max Airstream when it's Dynamax, boost some speed, and then my Whimsicott will use Tailwind again. There's double speed right there. Something I recently learned that I recommend you all do because Trick Room. I have a little counter for Trick Room. Trick Room, for those of you who don't know, if you use the move, basically in layman's terms, slow Pokemon become fast and fast Pokemon become slow. And what's it called? Trick Room teams are really painfully, annoyingly common online. And I got sick and tired of it because all my Pokemon are pretty quick. And so I looked it up, and someone online said, just get slower Pokemon. I'm like, no. Someone else said something. I'm like, this is stupid. And then the last one said, teach one of your Pokemon Trick Room. Because if they use Trick Room and you're really good at anticipating it and you know when they're going to use it, that's when you use Trick Room. And if you use it the second time, it reverses the effects back to normal. So if I see Pokemon that are notorious for Trick Room, like Hatterene or Dusclops, if I see Pokemon that are common for Trick Room, I'll get ready. My Whimsicott knows Trick Room, and I'll reverse it. And it's been successful a few times, and pretty much all those times that people quit online because they're like, oh, hell no. F that. But I'll use that strategy. And I also forgot. Lately, I'll even use Whimsicott and Metagross to lead with because my Metagross is holding a weakness policy. It's a little card. If you get hit with an attack that's super effective against it, I think his attack goes up. So everyone likes to light it on fire.
Well, yeah. And
so people usually go for a flamethrower or something. So if I lead with it and the other person has a Charizard, I'm just like, yes.
Yeah. And then I did hit with Max Wildfire that one time.
And then it'll.
You gotta tank it though. You gotta be able to tank it.
Oh yeah.
Some of those fire type moves are pretty nasty.
Yeah, dude, it's rough. And sometimes I'll lead with Whimsicott and Cinderace. You know, just Pokemon if the other team has a lot of grass types or steel types. And if I screw up, like, oh, they didn't send it out, my Cinderace is weak, and knows Libero ability, and I'll just use another move and use that defense in my favor
Yeah,
for the typing.
That's pretty good. You got any? So what's the biggest weakness you've seen in your team besides the obvious big red ×4s that we see on here?
Let's see. Well, I was a little lazy thinking too tactically on the defense, which is the cardinal sin of competitive play. But I mean, I'm just being honest. Because with my team, I like to put a little combination of my favorite Pokemon, but at the same time, Pokemon that's going to give me wins. Because that's something you got to consider. A lot of people like using teams just based off of their favorite Pokemon, but some of their favorite Pokemon can be ass,
Yeah, they can.
And I love Zoroark to death. He is probably my favorite dark type Pokemon, but he is the epitome of a glass cannon. He's really fast.
God,
he hits hard, but if you flick that bitch on the nose, it's dead. Its defense is pitiful and it's sad. So I love Zoroark, but I'm never going to use him on a team because I want to win.
I get you, bro. You got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, for the typing, the weaknesses. What is it? Ground looks pretty susceptible. I look pretty susceptible to ground. I'm totally lying. I do remember a long time ago I did look at this, but one time it was really quick, and I went on this format. I forget what it is, but I try to keep as low as red squares as possible for total weakness, and as many dark greens as possible. And I did end up with these Pokemon, but I do notice in my team that even the few weaknesses I have, not a lot of people use those moves on me anyway. Usually people are trying to light my shit on fire, or just use a bunch of priority moves. That's usually how I lose anyway. It's not from super effective moves. It's just from like witty, clever stuff, because people are smarter than me a lot on competitive play. It's hard out there, but yeah, I mean, I didn't put a ton of thought in defense, but I kept in the back of my mind that, well, the moves that are going to hurt me, people don't use a whole lot.
All right. Well, there you have it. We got the move set and the mind, the strategies of Mr. Gabe the Babe here. You can catch him online. What's your Nintendo tag if people ever want to just like add you on Pokemon?
My Nintendo tag.
I think it's Gabe the Babe.
Is it Gabe the Babe? I think it's just Gabe, right?
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's just Gabe the Babe. Gabe the Babe. He's on stream, so go ahead and follow us on Twitch. And have a nice night.